What's up, guys? Welcome back here to the CEVO Season 6 LAN live from the MLG Arena in Columbus, Ohio. I'm Helium, Londers and me on the analyst desk now, while we've got Dust and Misled killing it up there on the stage. Unfortunately for Dust, though, he goes to cast. Got a new map, second time Inferno showed up, but shortest game of the tournament thus far, 16-2.
Still
Elevate.
some pretty great moments. Obviously, pretty one-sided in favor of Elevate. But a lot of clutch rounds, nonetheless, despite the unfortunate performance on the side of Luminosity, who are going to go into a second map here, and it's going to be Cash. It's not the map they chose, and if you weren't here before we kind of decided if they weren't going to win the map they chose, then they're probably going to get 2-0'd, and if that's true, I guess that's going to be the way it is. If we look at their previous match stats, they played Cash yesterday versus Nihilum, who they actually also lost to. And on that map, it looked like Frost was the only one alive, or the only one kind of in his seat with his monitor on, having 20 frags in the round.
He did really well. Yeah,
in each round. So it was a handy opera on that map, and maybe we'll have an opportunity to shine. But with Skadoodle counter-opping, that might be difficult. The thing was that, I don't know if you noticed, but like Skadoodle was taking op duels and not having to actually kill any operas. Yeah,
that's right. We already showed you that there was only 2 rounds where Frost had picked up an op at all, and we'll see if the op is going to be the key here on Cash for Elevate, but that's enough of us. Up to the guys. Dust, Misled, take it away.
Now we're getting into that map number 2. It's going to get exciting here. This is really big. Luminosity has to try and bring this home. They lost map number 1 pretty hardly. I mean, that's a rough thing to come back from. You really need to not get shook by that loss. You need to pick up the pieces and come back. I mean, they took a little bit of break. They talked to each other, and it's another time that we're going to talk about Luminosity having a ton of experience, a ton of talent, and this is something they should be able to shake off at this point and bring it into this map number 2 and really make a game out of this. They need to force map number 3. They have to keep themselves alive in this tournament and Elevate riding high right now. They took map 1. They're 1 map away from just securing going farther into this.
Yeah, I mean, and Elevate had a really good T side actually on this map yesterday against CLG, though they lost the map. It was mostly just because of having a poor CT side. So they get that T side first, and we'll see what they'll come up with here. It looks like they're going to be gathering up outside the A bomb site to kick things off, as they are going to start boosting a couple players here on top the box, as they are actually just going to start rushing through mid. They're actually looking for some type of highway play right now.
And it looks like they're actually going to full commit towards this. I mean, they're sending everyone, no, they're going to throw that fake, see if they can pull a rotator, and it looks like they are going to pull somebody, but he's only going to be on a fast rotate. That's going to be Flom, and Arya from the headshot just absolutely rips Rush. Anger getting one, Flom also, so they're going to be able to try and take this round. Anger in the back of the bomb site goes down, though, so Hiko and Skadoodle with good frags, but it's going to be 3 versus 2, and Hiko is going to push his way up from behind and take down Flom. Now we're going to be in a 2-on-2 situation.
And it would be tough for Luminosity to lose this pistol after losing the first map, and after having so many opening picks in this round, and now it's going to be Lexan at 1 versus 2. Hiko tagging him up from heaven. He'll find the final frag. That was a hat trick for Hiko. Skadoodle with 2 as well, and yeah, they threw that fake. Looked like they were going to engage highway, then fell right back to B vent, and actually 3 frags right off the bat for Luminosity, so it's not like the fake worked that well initially, but Hiko and Skadoodle closing it out by themselves there, and that has to hurt Luminosity when they had such a great start on the round.
Yeah, that is an absolute heartbreaker of a round there if you're Luminosity. Elevate, I mean, Hiko coming up gigantic there with the pistol in his hand to make Elevate turn that round around. I mean, that was looking rough for a second. They lost 3. It looked like the fake might have kind of worked for a second, and then they got caught. But they just turned the jets on and were able to get the frags that they needed and force Luminosity into that 1v2.
Yeah, so now they're looking to press A main. Hiko going to get pop flash here with the AK, and he will get caught by Lex, so they're going to try to steal that gun. Meanwhile, Roka at his infamous squeaky door position here with the Galil, going to be stepping out. He does hear Frost jumping around right now, going to span through the door, see if he can do any damage. Not quite going to find any. Meanwhile, Rush working himself up the mid with Skadoodle as they look to possibly actually go for the A pinch this time around. Scott does get that kill onto Lex, so that is a player down, but they still do have that AK on the Frost, as he is looking to see if he can't catch Roka at the door, and he will find it, so great play there, but once again, Elevate looking to fall off and now possibly head through vents to B.
Yeah, Luminosity Gaming right now has that one-player advantage here. Elevate slowing it down a little bit, not going too fast. The clock is on their side. They have about 40 seconds here to try and work with, to try and swing this around a different direction. There's only one gun up on the side of Luminosity, and that's in the hands of Frost, who already got one frag using it. I mean, that's exactly what they need to do. Frost has put himself back at quad. Oh, no. Skadoodle's right there on the highway. He's going to hear him rotate. He's going to be able to try and wrap around from behind on him as the other terrorists will work their way into the B bomb site. Desi's going to get in there, but Arya's going to be all over the top of him, and Arya with that 2K bomb dropped in B. Now it's up to Skadoodle by himself,
No
1
time.
versus 3, and no time. He can't get in there or get these frags.
I mean, basically what happened was this Rush sat at the events with the bomb, and Desi was working B, Skadoodle working A, and he was waiting to see who would get a pick, and then he just put himself in position to be as quick as possible to either site. Desi does get a pick towards B, so he decides to commit to the vents and go into checkers, but unfortunately, Arya was hiding inside the entire time, you know, just playing real passive, and steps out and gets 2 kills. And finally, Luminosity having some success stealing a round away from Elevate. It started with an A lobby push to get the initial kill, and then Frost catching Roka inside the vents, and then, you know, Arya pretty much shutting it down at B.
Yeah, they reset this round now back into their favor. They have the gun advantage going into this. There's going to be 1 rifle on the board. That will be in the hands of Skadoodle, and it's going to be actually a pistol armor buy coming from Elevate here. They really want to try and keep this rolling. They want to reset the round again back into their favor, and that would really hurt Luminosity as they spent quite a bit of money onto this round.
Yeah, I mean, this would be really, really tough here if Elevate's able to get this. Luminosity cannot allow this to happen. They're stacking a couple towards quad, and we do see some slow work here from Skadoodle up the highway. Meanwhile, Hiko has that bomb in the main. Roka's still playing squeaky door position. But Frost and Lex, you know, stack close together.
Oh
but Desi with the 1D onto Arya at B. And that still hasn't caused any rotation, though. And that bomb still committed towards A. And Frost does get a kill. Skadoodle able to trade it. As Skadoodle and company trying to work their way up. Scott gets another kill. Flom now at the truck. The solo defender left. You will find 2. And he gets it into that 2v2 situation. But the bomb is going to get planted here by Rush. And Desi has been able to rotate all the way back around to A main. So this will end in a 2 versus 2 as Flom is looking towards A main. He does spot Desi. Throws down some bullets, but not able to get the kill. And Elevate's just trying to play the clock. Finally, the bomb goes down. Desi eating some more bullets, though, here. And so this is, you know, pretty much equal. But Desi with another 1D. Had one at B. Now gets that one, but now he'll have to win the 1 versus 1. The bomb's not planted for him. He has to press around. Anger playing it. He knows he has the advantage right now. He knows Desi has to push him. They're going to exchange some bullets here. It's so tense right now as Anger comes down the box, finds that headshot, and saves the day after some impressive work initially from Desi.
Yeah, huge play there from Anger. Able to get that 1 versus 2 off in his favor. But Flom really opened that round up from the white truck. Able to get those 2 initial frags as people were working over. That gave Anger time to work up with his teammate, and they could link up at that white truck to try and do that 2-man retake. It just worked right there. Anger getting those 2 frags and pulling out the 5-7 to finalize the round and then get the defuse. Big plays coming from Luminosity.
But that was real scary, though. Desi getting that pick at B. It didn't cause the rotate he wanted, but he came back around and still put it into a tough 1 versus 1. So that was still a little bit tough here. You know, we got some Tech-9s out, a couple of Galils out, and looks like we're just going to see Elevate just try to smash into this B bomb site here. But Arya playing the headshot angle will find 1 frag. Anger's also still tucked inside the site, just playing real sneaky here. Roka gets Arya, but Anger's still in good position to shut this down. 2 kills there with the help of Lex, and it's all up to Hiko.
Working that very well from inside the bomb site. Hiko's going to be looking towards the headshot at the generator. He's got that scoped rifle in his hands, trying to work a scout frag. We've seen him use it very effectively before, especially on Dust 2, if you remember that. That was amazing by him. But it's going to be a tough fight here. He does pick up the Galil, but it's too little too late as Flom was already checking that angle, removes his face, and that is going to be another round in favor of Luminosity. Score will be 3-1.
Yeah, and now we are finally going to actually have to see Elevate take a save here. They will be able to buy in the next round, but this does give Luminosity a little bit of breathing room here on TT side Cash. You know, after having such a tough first map, and after how well Elevate was actually playing T-side yesterday of this map, this is really good news for Luminosity as they try to, you know, make something happen on this map so they can try to get to that map 3, which would actually be D season, which is a map Elevate does not want to play whatsoever. So that could, you know, pan out for Luminosity, but 1 step at a time.
So now into round number 5. This is the start Luminosity needs. It's going to be an eco round from Elevate. They're going to try and take this A-bomb site. Only Frost is there defending. Uses a good counter flash and a grenade. Pulls the pistol out, able to take down Skadoodle. Still fighting at the quad. Hiko will push into his face and take him down. Lex is there with a pistol of his own. Flom also catches up. So here comes the rotate. The 4-man retake attempt as that bomb will get planted in A. Desi's going to step out, try and make some pistol magic. But Lex was all over the top of it. Now it's all Hiko at the quad by himself. 1v3. He can't hold on, and Luminosity will grab another round, but that's 2 rebuys they have to make now.
Yeah, I mean, so some economic damage definitely happening there because of Elevate, you know, getting those 2 players down, forcing rebuys, and also a bomb plant for Elevate. So that's going to add on to the amount of money they're allowed to work with here in this next round. And so far, they struggled to get gun rounds, but we see them getting into sites and getting bomb plants at times. So their initial executions have had some success at times. Skadoodle's finally going to have the op. I think this is one of the first times I've seen him use it so far this game, so we'll see what he can open up with it. It looks like he may get the mid boost and try to work a pick there.
It looks like he's going to go for it, but no contest in mid right now. No one's going to be there to fight him. There's going to be no op battle, no showdown. And, you know, I'm a fan of it. I love to watch Skadoodle go against somebody else, and it would be an exciting battle here with Flom. I'd love to see how that would pan out, but we're not going to see it just yet.
Right, as we do have Flom actually taking this op over at the B side, so this is actually his first stab with the op as well. See what he can do with it here as Elevate paying pretty slow right now, actually trying to do some spam through the garage door. Here is Hiko, not finding any damage there quite yet, as all is quiet as of now. You know, pretty passive 2-1-2 setup at this point, but Skadoodle at the boost will finally find the pick there onto Frost, and we'll see how Elevate wants to respond to that pick here as they're starting to gather up outside of A, possibly for some set smokes to execute there, or they may backtrack. Still so much time to play around with. They can really just try to manipulate these rotations.
Yeah, and they're putting somebody back up. Actually, they're going to boost 2 up over mid. That's going to be Rush and Skadoodle, so they're going to look to try and take mid control here. Arya not really going to contest it at all. He might actually, no, he still might look to go in there, and he is going towards mid. If he peeks out right now, he might have a shot at getting in there, but Skadoodle's going to look in that direction, and he takes him down anyways as Flom also gets one, and Arya with the second out in mid onto Highway.
But the bomb is actually on Hiko going towards B, but Hiko will get that 1 kill on the 1v player, so that's huge. Hiko going to find himself in what is going to be a 1 versus 2 for a chance for Elevate to get their second round. He's got the bomb plated in such a good position. He can really hide anywhere, and unfortunately, this is not going to be a telling plant. When Luminosity goes for this retake, they're not going to be quite sure, but Anger will come through vents, and Hiko may just go ahead and take this engagement. As the nade comes out, he will spot Anger in the vents. He gets the kill. Is he really going to close out this 1 versus 1 and get around? That would be absolutely devastating for Luminosity as Arya goes into the site. That bomb's planted so open, so he has to take this engagement. He taps the bomb. Hiko steps out. Bullets are exchanged, but no frag quite yet. As, oh my goodness, Hiko just playing it so well, but Arya does to get the kill. But will he get the defuse in time?
No!
And,
oh my goodness.
Ouch.
Heartbreaker if you're Arya. You get the 4K. The final frag on the Hiko, but not enough time. Hiko played it smart, just shoulder peeking back and forth out of checkers, just eating up clock right there. And we talked about it earlier. That bomb timer is your friend when you're a terrorist. We watched Peter do it very well, and Hiko just did it right there. Just barely enough time to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, that last player at B before Hiko got the kill and got the bomb down, he had to come up with that frag. It just so happened he just rotated lower right as Hiko came into the lobby and kind of gave Hiko a free kill. But big thanks to Roka, who was causing quite the disturbance on the other side of the map to allow that type of play to happen. So just a good misdirection play there from Elevate, as they are going to force Luminosity onto a save, and Luminosity is actually stacking B, so just trying to gamble here on the save and see if they can't come up with something, as we can see the stack there by Lex and company. And, you know, Elevate looking to try to make the comeback already. Oh, some door. Oh, man, gotta love it.
Playing with the door there will be Roka and Arya.
Just playing catch with dad outside, you know?
I feel like
little toss.
I think we've seen that with Arya before, and it didn't pan out in his favor in that round. It definitely doesn't pan out for him. Roka will take him down through the door. He had the gun advantage, has an AK. Arya only with a 5.7 trying to steal away that gun, as A is now wide open here for Elevate to take, and Luminosity, of course, forced into that save into round 7.
Yeah, Desi watches all these players exit B, so they know for sure where everyone's at. Desi does a lot of damage here, not able to catch any frags just yet, though, as we're looking to see if Luminosity can get any type of exits, grab any types of guns for themselves for the next round. Of course, Anger wants to save this head armor, so you might not really see him engage a whole lot. Just really looking for these exits.
Yeah, we're going to see Frost in the checker room. Very low on HP, though, down to about 9. If any spam comes to that door and it just barely clips him, he's going to go down. Flom over there outside of the B-bomb site. He's going to be in that mid area just waiting for anyone to push in his direction. And Elevate playing smart here. They're staying together. If anyone's going to push, they'll have a buddy with them so they can trade out the frag and not allow anybody on Luminosity to pick up one of those rifles. And they're not going to be able to get that at all. And Elevate will bring this within 1 round. Score will be 4-3. Luminosity's up.
Yeah, so I'm curious if Luminosity will change some things up here. I mean, they've played pretty standard, pretty passive, 2-1-2 setups now. We see the op coming out and play again with Flom. Last time he was actually trying to pick the B lobby with the op. Looks like he's going to go for the exact same exchange, and he will be going up against Desi, who's been kind of that player over at B trying to wreak havoc over there, as Flom will make it all the way to the other doorway of checkers, so he made a pretty big run here. Let's see if he can make the pick happen. Oh, we have a cool boost actually taking place here on that infamous Shroud corner over there, and that will be Lex to do it. And this could be big if Elevate didn't hear that, which they probably shouldn't because they did the run boost style, so you actually wouldn't hear that probably.
Yeah, we've seen Lex play this spot yesterday. He was able to do it once. They tried to do it a second time. When he did get up there the first time, though, I don't think anybody came in that direction, so it was kind of, it didn't pan out for him. But right now, this is going to be a chance for this spot to work very well.
It can be
as
dangerous.
You can see. Yeah, they're stacked up in that direction, possibly going to try and work their way out. Lex is ready for them, though, if they commit to A.
Yeah, because normally you would see people do the standard way to boost, where you just run up on A main, you actually just boost up with a player, but people can hear that so easily. So that run boost style, you probably didn't hear that. So that means that Lex has a great opportunity to shock them if they execute into A, which it looks like they are about to do.
Yeah, they're getting ready for it. Flash is coming out here. Lex still up top. First player out is going to be Rush. Gets that frag right there. Gets the second one onto Hiko, and Frost will take down Roka. He goes for another one, but Skadoodle too fast in the doorway. But the bomb is down out in the open. Easily covered here if you're Luminosity Gaming, and it will be a 2 versus 4 in favor of Luminosity.
And they should be able to shut this thing down unless Desi and Scott can open this thing back up. They have 17 seconds left. Desi working into the site here. Catches one at the balcony. Fires some shots. Not able to get the kill. Meanwhile, Anger does take down Skadoodle, but the 180 from Desi. Nice headshot, but he's getting low on time, and Frost eventually catches him from the corner. And so Luminosity, that boost comes up real big as they hold off that tie from Elevate.
Yeah, score will be 5-3 now as we hit round number 9. Luminosity swings it back in their favor. They would love to get out of the CT side in the double digits, but Elevate is still keeping it close right now. They're not letting Luminosity run away with these rounds, and Luminosity definitely needs a big confidence booster here. If they can get out of here with a half win, that is going to help their confidence out so much switching over to T side.
And they have the double op set up now, so this is kind of when they picked up Frost, this is one of the reasons why they wanted him. This is one of the styles they wanted to be able to implement, and on a map like this can be, you know, something really tough, especially the first time around the Elevate season. They're not going to necessarily be expecting it, and they know that that op has been at B quite a lot at that B lobby, but you know, Frost is also going to have it over here towards mid, so this first time Elevate meets up against this type of tactic, it may catch them off guard.
Yeah, Roka once again working into his room. We're just not going to call it squeaky anymore. That is now Roka's room from here on out. Working into it again, and it looks like Elevate's just going to gear up once again. They're just committing to this A bomb site and just trying to work it a little bit slower this time, seeing if they can get an aggressive Luminosity play, but I don't think Luminosity is going to fall for that at all. They know somebody's in that Roka room. He already fired a shot and threw it, so they got to be aware of that, and it will be a gear up and set take here coming for Elevate into that A bomb site.
Yeah, but that double quad set's going to be really tough to penetrate here, as Flom and Anger have already gotten kills with Scott and Hiko with the exchange, and Scott with another pick, and so it will be now a 3-on-2. That bomb is going down. Desi going to be cutting off rotates here at mid. I think he just heard Frost walking around mid. He steps out and gets the kill, and now, God, how things turn so quickly out of favor for Luminosity is just so shocking. They were so well set up for that execution, and they still crumbled.
Yeah, RA is going to be by himself now, and Hiko will clean up the round. 2K for Skadoodle, 2K for Hiko, and that is going to bring the score within 1 round. It'll be 5-4 Luminosity, and Elevate is picking up steam.
And that's just shocking. Like I said, they were so well set up. They had 3 stacked at the site, 2 by quad, 1 playing over towards the highway, and they just couldn't come up with the hold. I mean, they got completely destroyed, and that's tough when you have a stack and you've rotated correctly, you've positioned yourself properly, and you still can't come up with just the exchange that you need.
Yeah, into round 10 here. Elevate has forced Luminosity Gaming onto a adjusted pistol buy here. Save rounds almost never happen anymore in CSGO because pistols are so cheap and so effective that there's no reason to just full save out. So it's going to be an eco round coming from them with upgraded pistols. They got to try and work this, get the momentum back in their favor when they go back onto a buy. Hopefully come out of this round with some guns in their hands.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is Luminosity has been able to stay ahead, but they haven't been able to put themselves out of reach. They haven't been able to get that big, hint of momentum to actually get a big lead, which is what you want from CT side, especially after all that's happened to them so far in this tournament. They really want to try to turn things around, but they're having a tough time making it happen here, as once again we're seeing a little bit of shenanigans over by the door, opening and closing it repeatedly. But here comes the hit on to A. Can LG somehow hold this off?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough hold here with just pistols in their hands. Frost will be the player in the bomb site. There was that 4-man stack over there at B. Now they're going to have to rotate back to help him because Frost is definitely calling for the rotates now. He's playing this very smart, though. Very slow, turns his back at the wrong time, and Rush will take him down. Here comes the rotate. Lex gets caught out in middle, and Skadoodle with his op will remove Arya from the round. And Anger and Flom at this point are going to look to try and grab themselves some exit frags and get a rifle.
Yeah, so it looks like we are going to finally see Elevate be able to tie this thing up for the first time since the second round of the game. Like I said, Luminosity was, for the most of the time in this half, able to at least keep the lead, but never able, like I said, to put themselves in a great position to put themselves out of reach. And now Elevate's about to tie this thing up at 5-all. And, pressure's mounting against Luminosity at this point. I mean, they got to figure something out here on the CT side.
Yeah, I mean, the score will be tied up now. Flom is going to try and hold on to this. Can he get himself a rifle? No, he goes down. Roka will take him out of that round, and so they're not able to save those pistols. They're not able to get any rifles back into their hands going into this buy round. Let's see. We're not going to be able to see that double op look now. As you can see, money not too hot right here if you're Luminosity Gaming, so they're going to go for, looks like 2 FAMASes, 2 Silence M4s, and the op will be in the hands of Flom as we hit round 11, score tied up, and all the pressure is on Luminosity to regain momentum and regain this lead.
Yeah, so Flom actually is going to be taking the passive op angle here at mid garage, but it's going to be a boost actually taking place. Rush will get boosted up here as he's just looking to see if he can't get some big control. And I mean, Luminosity has been, willing to give that up pretty much every round, and it hasn't been exploited that much. We've seen a little bit of highway play from Elevate in some of the earlier rounds, but since then it's mostly just been 5-man A executions or something like that. But it seems like they're a bit more spread out this time around. They're just looking for picks. In fact, they do have 2 players looking to make their way up the highway, so it's going to be up to Flom to rotate and try to catch this. Meanwhile, Skadoodle able to get a pick over there at the A bomb site, but Lex finally able to hold off Roka as the bomb is down for now. But there comes that highway play, and Ska with another.
Yeah, he's going to try and work his way up, and Flom will answer, though. Drops down Rush with his op, and he gets another one onto Skadoodle. That's going to make it a 3-on-2 in favor of Luminosity, but they've all rotated over towards that B bomb site. They're going to send 1 man back. I believe that's Anger going back to B, just in case that bomb's trying to fake its way over. Hiko will work into that A bomb site, gets himself thoroughly settled in here at the quad box. There's Desi coming in with the bomb, so it's going to be an A plant. They're going to hear that sound. That's going to pull the rotate from Anger back over towards A, so it'll be a 3-man retake attempt as Arya does take down Desi. Now it's all up to Hiko, the clutch master here. 1v3, gets the first one. Can he get the second? And he does! Now he's going against Anger with 100 HP here. He's low himself, down to 4. He's going to throw a nade over the top. Can he get this 1 versus 1 off? It will be a momentous clutch, and he can't do it. Anger will secure the round, and that will put Luminosity back up on top, 6-5.
And they really, really needed that. I would hate to see the morale of Luminosity if they somehow dropped that round with Hiko in that 1 versus 3 situation. But he still made that tough. And that's the thing, even when Luminosity are winning rounds, they're not doing so comfortably. So I feel like they never are able to kind of set themselves in a rhythm where they feel comfortable. It's been one of those things where they're barely eking out some of these rounds.
Yeah, they've been close so far. I mean, the score reflects that perfectly. 6-5, Luminosity is up. As you can see, the economy situation here, when they do these back-and-forth rounds like this, it definitely favors the terrorist team. It's much cheaper to be a terrorist, much more expensive to be a counter-terrorist, and it reflects here. I mean, there's a FAMAS in the hands of Arya. Not everybody has head armor, so they can get rifles and utility out, and Skadoodle opens up round 12, taking down Flom.
Yeah, Flom peeks out a little bit too far, and that boost comes up big, but Lex has presence A lobby, and he has gotten the bomb down, but he can't get away. Ska with such a quick shot, able to get Lex before he's able to rotate off, and he gets it back into a 3 versus 3 with the bomb. you know, we have Frost actually post up with the op. He knows Roka squeaky. He will find the kill there, but in the meantime, Ska has taken this bomb all the way around the B lobby, but Desi can't get the entry, so Ska in a tough spot here, can't find anything. Anger shuts him down, so now finally Luminosity gets a pretty comfortable round there, only losing 2 in the process, and that's actually one of the best situations they've had.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, 7-5. Even if you lose out from this point, Elevate will only be 1 round up on you. It would make the score 8-7. It doesn't look like it's going to happen here, especially with Elevate here. Very, very broke. It's going to be just a pistol upgrade with some utility in their favor. But Luminosity looking to try and grab that 8th round and finally win a half.
Yeah, I mean, they've had such a tough tournament, some really one-side losses to Nihilum yesterday, and that was a really, really tough map one. But we see Elevate on a save here. Well, not complete save, some Tech 9s, but they will try to rush out into A, but Frost here at the quad with the op, and he's not missing this time around. Finds 2, whiffs 1 shot, able to recover, but oh no, Roka and Hiko find some kills, and they are going to get this bomb planted, and that's already mission accomplished, and an op is going to be in the hands of Roka, not someone you see with it every day, but he delivers the headshot. Yeah, so can Flom and Anger retake this 2 versus 3? It's going to be tough.
Luckily, there's only 1 rifle in the hands right now of the terrorist team. That's going to be in Roka's hands. Hiko is playing very tight to that bomb box. He goes down to Anger. 2 versus 2, 2 versus 1 now. It's going to all be up to Desi. He does have the op in his hands. Anger's looking for him. They don't know that he's behind the quad box. Now they do. Desi's able to take down Flom. He's only got 1 player left to beat. Anger versus Desi. They're running around the box. Can Anger get the frag? And he's able to get it. But no time left on the clock. And Elevate will pick up that pistol buy round.
Luminosity cannot afford to be making those mistakes. I mean, Frost opened up the round appropriately, getting the first 2 kills on the execution, but then Roka and Hiko able to come back in there and get that bomb down, and then Desi just playing that 1 versus 2 really smart, just trying to buy as much time as possible, you know, playing ring around the Rosie at the quad, found a kill in the process as well, and, you know, that's actually now twice where I've seen Elevate, you know, try to come back there, or Luminosity rather, try to come back there, but don't have enough time to defuse.
Yeah, that's rough. We're going to hit round 14 now, and as you can see, Luminosity is just going to go for a pistol upgrade here so they can full buy last round and try and still secure that round win. But either way we're looking at it here, it's gonna be an 8-7 half essentially, unless Luminosity can come up gigantic with a pistol round win.
Well, Elevate just did so. Maybe Luminosity can try it themselves here, but yeah, not quite. Roka and Rush already getting 3 kills very quickly. Arya goes down as well. Now it's just all Anger with the Deeg and a dream. And that dream is to not go home. But it's getting really tough here for him.
Yeah, I mean, 1 versus 5 at this point. You got a deagle in your hands. Maybe sit somewhere that you can possibly get an exit frag, get a rifle, because you're going to buy out next round no matter what. It'll be last round of the half, and Anger would love. Maybe he can go for this here. Tries to get a 1 dig off there onto Hiko, going into the squeaky room. Can't make it happen. Roka will take him down, and that's going to be all tied up at 7-7. So like I said, no matter what, this half is going to be 8-7 here. It just depends on who will get this final round and get 8 in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, Skadoodle was really big on Inferno. He's been really big on this map as well. And, I mean, Elevate has just been, you know, always staying in the game. I mean, even when Luminosity got, you know, that 4-1 lead, they've been able to just fight back and trade rounds, find a couple of rounds here or there in succession to keep it tied up at now 7-7. So it's not that comfortable CT side that Luminosity probably wanted to have here in the first half. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not nearly as bad as what happened to them in the first game where, you know, they couldn't get anything going on their T side, and it was pretty much impossible for them to come back at that point. At least they're at a somewhat respectable score.
Yeah, they still have a fighting chance into this. Either way, 8-7, as close of a half as you could possibly have. Whether or not they get this final round in their favor or if it goes in favor of Elevate, of course, they really want to try and grab this. Once again, Roka in the Roka room, and Elevate looking like they're gearing up once again towards A. They're really loving this A take here.
Oh!
And Roka with a beautiful shot out of the squeaky room to take down Lex. That's going to open up the A bomb site a little bit more, especially after Rush will take down Frost. Now it's going to be a 3-man retake attempt coming from Luminosity.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it. The bomb is going down. Flom tries to sneak through, but gets caught by Skadoodle's op. Roka grabs a frag, and now Arya in a 1 versus 5. He's going to get cut off by Desi, who's been constantly cutting off those rotations at mid. And Elevate, being down 4-1 at one point, are able to come back and win the half 8-7.
Yeah, 8-7 half there in favor of Elevate, as close of a half as you can possibly have here. But Luminosity on CT side right there, they brought that game very close. I mean, they had the lead there for a while. They couldn't quite hold on to it, though. But they got to be happy with at least performing much, much better than they did on map number 1.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely. I mean, it's definitely not the more embarrassing situation they found themselves in after the first half of that first map, but still, you know, not where you want to be. I mean, Cash is, you know, slightly CT favored, not nearly as bad as some of the other maps in the pool, but it's still a map where you expect to be able to get, you know, your 9+ rounds on CT side. And getting 7, like I said, it's not too terrible. Like, you can still come back from this, especially with the pistol round victory. I mean, that if you don't get eco'd, you get to 10-8. I mean, all of a sudden you're okay again, as long as you have something you can work with on the T side. But at the same time, there were so many times where Luminosity on retakes just couldn't defuse in time. Like, they were getting the kills, but just smart play from some of these Elevate players being really patient in those post plants, just playing for time, not for kills, and being able to eventually, you know, win the half 8-7.
Yeah, and again, we're going to go into a big pistol round here for Luminosity. Not that in the way, it's not the same as it was last map. It's not that they have to win that pistol round, because otherwise all of a sudden Elevate's going to be at match point. They need that momentum to shift back into their favor right now, because I mean, it was looking like for a time there Luminosity could have made that a 9-6 half or a 10-5 half, but they couldn't do it. Down towards the end, Elevate looking very strong, playing very well here, and Luminosity, if they can get that momentum in their favor, get a pistol round, get a confidence boost here on Terrorist side, and get the ball rolling correctly, they can force that third map.
We'll see here, as we do see Elevate actually putting some heavy numbers over towards the B side of the map in 1 mid and 1 A. So they're definitely kind of playing for the push, and I've seen them do this before. They just try to go for the B pick, and Desi finds it, catching Frost all the way in T-spawn. They get the pick now. Obviously, Luminosity will react by trying to hit A because they saw so many numbers there, but, you know, Elevate going to have plenty of time to rotate. So as long as Rush can just stay alive and wait for this rotation, it'll be big. Sky actually got the bomb carrier down in the process from the balcony, and he'll combine with Rush to completely shut down Luminosity's push. And Rush anchoring down that A bomb site with 2 kills, Sky with 2 as well, and man, what a rough round for Luminosity.
Yeah, Elevate coming out swinging in that pistol. Not, I mean, aggressive over there to be catching Frost right off the bat. Able to rotate back towards A, get the numbers in their advantage. But I mean, just good holds there from Skadoodle and Rush, shooting extremely well with the pistols in their hands to not allow Luminosity to get into that bomb site. They didn't even get a bomb plant, so we're not going to see an early buy unless they can get a bomb plant right here or a round win.
Yeah, they weren't even in a good enough position to think about planting the bomb. Like, they just got completely crushed before they could even get anywhere. And they are just going to try to 250 up and rush into this B bomb site here. They are going to flash Desi back into the site. Desi able to get one with the P90, and they will be able to get here in B, and they will at least get a bomb plant. But we'll see if they can't hold off this retake. So far, we are seeing Arya take a lot of heat. He will go down, so it'll be all up to Lex to see if he can't come up with the miracle clutch.
Yeah, he's already got one in his favor. He's got Hiko right in his face. Pulls out the Pro 90. Can't get a secondary frag as that player is pushing him. That was Hiko who got himself a 2K. And that's going to be another round in favor of Elevate. But right there, Luminosity got a bomb plant. They spent a little bit of money on pistols, but they did get that bomb plant. As we said, much cheaper to be a terrorist here. So expect an AK to come out.
Yeah, I mean, that was their main goal. I mean, they won the round their heads. I mean, with such a minor investment, you don't really expect to win that round. There's basically one pop flash and some 250s were all they really counted on. But they were able to exchange well enough with Desi and company to at least get into the site and get that bomb plant. So now they do have, you know, a decent buy here. 3 AKs, 2 Galils. They have, you know, only 2 smokes, though. So they don't really have a whole lot to use to block off, you know, CT angles or retakes. So that's kind of the one thing working against them.
So into round 18, Elevate with a commanding lead right now by 3 rounds as we hit that second half. Skadoodle almost just went down to 19 HP, trying to get a scout shot off there. Lex goes down to 29 also, and Luminosity has secured that middle area for the time being now. They've got control of it, but there's still CTs moving around everywhere on the map. 3 towards that A bomb site, 2 are going to be in B, and I wonder if this is going to turn into a B take attempt here. They're near the vents with the bomb. 1 player outside of B. It's going to be Frost working in that direction. Hiko's getting a little aggressive here in the checker room. Possibly going to take a peek out, and let's see if Luminosity fully commit to this B take.
Well, the problem is that they only have 1 smoke and 2 flashes left with so much time left in the clock. It's going to be very hard to execute, but Roka gets them a frag there by getting a little bit aggressive. Desi going to find Arya, though, and it won't matter.
Anger.
All the frags. Anger with a double there, and Skadoodle, the last guy left with a scout over at A, and I mean, he's probably not going to be able to do much. It looks like he'll just maybe hold on to this. So even without a lot of nades, Luminosity still finds some frags and get around.
Yeah, the lineup right there in front of Anger was perfect as he was trying to peek out outside of B into it. Gets himself 2. Flom got himself 2 also. And Skadoodle, once again, will just save that scout to live to fight another day. And Luminosity, off of the early buy because they got that bomb plant, is going to get themselves around and bring it within 2 now.
exactly what they need to do. I mean, they did not want to allow Elevate to get to a huge lead, especially since they lost, the pistol round, the following round. Those were the rounds they were going to count on to try to tie the game back up very quickly and maybe even take a lead and give themselves the best opportunity possible to come back. And at least they're able to kind of hold off Elevate extending the lead any further with that round win there, as it will now be 8-10. Still in favor of Elevate, but that was, a good first step forward to try to climb back into this game.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see if they can keep this going. Round 19, they're going to have gun advantage on their side. Of course, Skadoodle going to be holding on to that silenced M4, so that's going to bode well for them. It's going to be a pistol upgrade here from Elevate. Only person grabbing armor, though, is going to be Roka, so they're putting some money into this round. At least Roka is. I'm assuming that's going to even out his economy a little bit, but Elevate trying to steal this away from Luminosity and not let them bring it within one.
And I like how they're surrounding that M4. They're not putting him in a solo position. They're surrounding him with players who can pick that M4 back up and try to put it back to use and recycle it as Skadoodle goes down. And that's big because that one M4, getting passed around a bunch of players and even exchanges could be the difference between possibly winning a round that you have no business winning or just giving the round up for free to Elevate when the stack doesn't work out. So, I like the thought process there.
Oh, and Arya will go down. He's the first one to go down, and Skadoodle uses that M4 perfectly well there. They got to try and get that gun, and no, they're not even going to go try and get it because the commit here to the B bomb site is going to come out. Flom is able to get one, as Anger does also, but Desi will drop Flom. That's another rifle dropped out of the way. It's going to be a 3 versus 2. Skadoodle is still up. Roka is going to be fighting from up top, trying to take down Frost, and oh my goodness, now it's all up to Lex by himself in the bomb site. 9 HP going against Skadoodle at 100. Roka with 41, and Ska's got himself a 3K, so the save of that rifle is gigantic. Lex takes him down, though. 1 versus 1 battle here. Lex versus Roka. Who's going to come out on top? Lex with less HP, and he gets it with only 4 HP. Takes down Roka and secures that round win.
All I can think is Lex probably had to breathe a big sigh of relief right there because Skadoodle, the only guy with a gun in that round for the Elevate side, able to come up, I think, with 3 frags before it was all said and done with that M4, catching one at the A lobby push, and then going back around to catch those 2 kills over at the B bomb site. So that got real scary for Luminosity, but Lex bails him out. He's actually been their clutch player this series. I mean, he was the only 2 rounds they got on T side on Inferno were because of some clutch plays from him, and a clutch play like that to make sure his team can keep the comeback mounting, certainly big.
Yeah, definitely. They want to keep this going. They're down by only 1 round here, and as I talked about, that was an expensive round for Elevate, so they were forced into the double here. Even though it's not a full save or just a real light buy, I mean, Skadoodle's got a body or head armor, Hiko's got head armor, and then Desi's got body, and they've all got upgraded pistols. So they're gonna
pop flash!
Oh my goodness, doesn't work. He's able to get 1 before Flom trades out. Lex from behind takes down Desi and Skadoodle. That's gonna make this a 4 versus 2.
Yeah, great minimizing of the damage there after what was a really crazy pop flash that could have led to a lot worse results, as Hiko's still alive inside the site, but not going to be able to do much, and Roka's just left in a 1 versus 4 with the 5-7. And so this should be another round for Luminosity. They should be able to tie up this game now at 10-all, and now we have ourselves a game. This is definitely shaping up to be a lot more interesting than that first map, as Luminosity needs to win this map. They need to force that map 3 to keep themselves alive in the tournament. As Roka steps out, Vincent does actually a lot of damage, but will get caught, and so it will be that tie situation at 10-all.
I mean, he almost caught Flom right there from the side, standing outside the checker room, not looking in his direction, kind of forced to look more towards CT spawn. Almost goes down, doesn't matter. As soon as he dropped out, they knew where he was. They could take him down, and things are all evened up here for Luminosity and Elevate.
Absolutely. I mean, 10-all, Luminosity finally starting to get something going for themselves here, for the first time this tournament, because yesterday was a real rough ride for them, and even, in the first map in this series, one of the most one-sided we've seen so far this tournament. So this is definitely a big turnaround for them, but Skadoodle has been absolutely big with that op, and once again, getting the opening pick there to kick things off for Elevate.
Yeah, round 21, opener going in favor of Elevate. Skadoodle, as Dust said, with that op frag, that's going to help out so much for them. They want to try and regain control of this. They want to switch it back in their favor, and Luminosity kind of reeling a little bit from this. They're going to back off that A-bomb site, maybe swing this back out towards middle, look to see if they can get a frag. I mean, they have Frost over there outside of B in the sunroom, working that scope. Hiko's kind of pinched in there, though. I'm pretty sure Hiko knows that he's out there with a scope on him, so he doesn't want to get aggressive and make a peek and get taken down and make things 4-on-4.
Yes, the bomb is making its way over to B. It's going to be a mid to B split here as Arya Company are trying to see if they can't get some mid control, maybe possibly go through vents and try to split the B bomb site that way. Roka will catch Arya at mid, though, but Hiko's still holding this corner here inside the checker. She'll step out. He grabs down the op looking for more, but Flom trades it back, but Desi's there to fight it out. And so now it is a 1 versus 2 fragger trying to come to the vents to see if he can save the day, but not going to happen this time. Elevate will take the lead back 11-10. And Luminosity, you know, the climb to tie it back up, but then Elevate holds him off right back.
Yeah, and you got to remember, guys, this is a best-of-3 series here. Elevate, as you can see, that little yellow blip off to the side of their name, that means they took map number 1. So if they get this map, that's going to do it. Luminosity will be out of the LAN finals altogether, and that's going to be rough. They definitely want to force that map number 3. And also, talking about what's going to happen, whoever loses this game, winner will go on to actually play Nihilum. So to still fight for a spot in the LAN finals and go to that upper bracket championship.
Yeah, CLG, of course, already waiting there in the grand final after beating Nihilum earlier today. As Rush will get the opening frag of this round here, as it looks like that bomb once again trying to make its way over towards B. Arya is inside the vents to try to go checkers, and 2 are outside that B lobby, but right now smoked also, waiting for that to dissipate. Then I'm sure they will look to engage, as we still do have a couple of players in that B bomb site area to hold this off. In fact, actually, Skadoodle will be the only one there with the op right now. Hiko's actually fallen off, so Ska going to be the big guy here to see if he can hold this push.
Yeah, and they're going to commit to it here. They're going to try and work their way over. 2 players already rotating back in that direction. Skadoodle with the op, gets the first shot on the Flom, throws a flashbang out. His teammates already worked his way to headshot, though, and there goes Frost, and another op shot for Skadoodle. Now it's all up to Arya. 10 HP will escape into the smoke for the time being. They're going to be hunting for him, though. He has really nowhere to go, and Desi will close the round down, getting that final frag. That makes it 12-10 in favor of Elevate.
And Skadoodle has just been an absolute monster this entire series, really, and especially in this map. You see, he's working on a 30 bomb right now. He's got 25 kills at this point. He's been all over the place. He's been getting picks at mid on boosted players. When he was on T-side, he was the guy getting the mid picks against Flom at mid, and now they even leave him there as an anchor at B, and he's able to get 2 kills and allow Desi to rotate to capitalize on holding off that execution. So, I mean, he's really just been an absolute nuisance for Elevate that they have not found a solution for.
Yeah, into round 23. Elevate is up by 2 now. And Luminosity once again going to be forced into a pistol buy. It's going to be 3 Rec 9s, 2 Glocks. Arya got that smoke grenade and a flashbang. Now he's only got nothing as he threw both of them already. Anger with the body armor in the Rec 9. Rush is going to be right there at the quad box. He goes down. Anger and Flom both get themselves fragged, so that's going to make it a 5 versus 3. But guns are still up on the side of Elevate, and they haven't been able to pick up those rifles yet. They're completely covered as Desi gets a frag. Hiko is there to take down Frost. Now a 3-on-3. Molotov goes down to burn out Flom from the site. Anger goes down. It's all up to Lex at the quad, and Hiko removes him from the round. Desi with 3, Hiko with 2, and that is going to be another round in favor of Elevate. But Luminosity did get a bomb plant, so they got money out of it as they're going into a buy round.
And it was cool watching that retake, because obviously we know the situation Elevate found themselves in with 2 stand-ins, and even Desi hasn't been on the team for very long when he got picked up, and they just looked so coordinated on that retake. Yes, I know it was, you know, a Tech 9 buy from the opponent, and that was kind of around. You expected Elevate to win anyway on that retake, but just the coordination they had there, just, you know, they don't look like a team that's struggling from that handicap very, very much, at least in this series.
Yeah, so into round 24 here. Elevate is going to be up by 3 as they're on the CT side of things. Skadoodle opens it with 1, gets a secondary frag, goes for the 3rd, and he gets it. And that round is shut down. Skadoodle ended up getting 4 of those frags out in middle, and he is on fire with the op right now.
1 kill away from 30 with at least 2 more rounds left to play. So that just goes to show you the impact that Skadoodle's been able to have in this map, but also really the whole series. I'm pretty sure he was their top fragger on Inferno as well, though I have to say everyone pretty much had big numbers on that particular map. Desi, you know, the 2nd place fragger right now, one of those up-and-coming names in the NA scene as well. As we do have Luminosity now trying to hold Elevate off from getting to match point. They don't have a whole lot to work with to do that, but they did get a bomb plant off the last time they had Tech 9, so maybe, just maybe, they can make it happen. But, you know, LG at least able to trade out efficiently here over at B so far. And they should get the plant unless Rush can stop it, as he is going to be waiting inside the vents, but he's going to get smoked out, so that bomb will definitely get planted.
Yeah, Luminosity keeping it alive here. Lex out in mid is able to get 2, and now it's all going to be up to Roka. Last man standing, bomb plants in the B bomb site, and this is do or die time here. If you're Luminosity, you do not want Elevate to get that match point, and Lex will shut it down again. Huge step up here from Lex. Gets himself 3 on that round to make the score 14-11, Elevate.
And things are starting to get intense right now, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is Luminosity's do-or-die situation. They're at least keeping themselves within striking distance, but Elevate is only 1 round away from knocking on the door of a 2-0 series and knocking Luminosity out of the tournament. So, I mean, every round matters. Luminosity cannot afford any more mistakes that they want to avoid in overtime. They have to win out here and now, but Elevate has been making that real tough for them. They have a double lot set up now. Hiko with it this time around. Not something you see every day, as he will be the B player here, smoked out for right now, but Ska has found a pick on Aryan, so there is the 30 bomb for Skadoodle, but he will get taken out by Anger. We have the execution onto A, but Rush and Desi combining to hold this thing off. They now have a 4-2. The bomb is going to try to get planted, but not going to happen. Roka just runs right through, and it's looking like it's about to be match point unless Lex can come up with another clutch here. 1 versus 3, this would not be easy as he's still just sitting in A lobby. And I don't see it, man. Maybe he has to stop this from being match point.
Yeah, he has to right here. Rush is going to be up close. They know exactly where he is. He's made the noise. He fired off a couple shots in that direction. They know he's there. He's got a ton of time to work with here. And if anyone can make the magic happen here, it's going to be Lex. That smoke gets out. Can he take down Roka? Initially gets Roka. Now it's a 1 versus 2. Low on HP. Drops a nade towards the forklift. That's going to do a little bit of damage here to Rush. Not a ton. Only brings him down to 73 HP. Throws that Molotov out to try and burn Hiko out of that quad box, but he's still stuck there in the bomb site. Time is ticking down, and Lex has to get in on this.
Yeah, he's going to be creeping out the A lobby here. It's going to be tough because there's one right to his tight left, which is going to be Rush. He doesn't have a whole lot of time to play around with, and he's not even going to peek it. And Rush will get the headshot for free. And now it's Elevate at match point, looking to send Luminosity home, the first team to be eliminated from the tournament, and to have to just walk away with 4th place. And that would be hard for Luminosity, I think. I mean, they made a risky call before this event to try to better their chances of making something happen, and so far it hasn't panned out for them.
Yeah, I mean, at match point now, Elevate up 15-11. It's round 27. Luminosity is going to have to do this on just a full buyout. They have to win every single round from here on out to stay in this. And I mean, Elevate has a very, very comfy money economy situation right now. And Skadoodle out mid gets himself 1 and a secondary frag out in mid. And now Luminosity with only 3 players left alive. 2, it's up to Flom. He's the last one left alive. Got a Rec 9 in his hands. He's going to be 1 versus 5 here. Skadoodle with the 3K into the round. Flom walking around through that A bomb site. Bomb is going to be down. Easily coverable here by CT side Elevate. And Flom, he has to make absolute magic happen here to keep his team in this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see it, but I mean, we can all dream, we can all hope. The dream is alive, but now it is gone. Elevate sending Luminosity home. 2-0 series, very dominant win there on the first map for sure. A little bit closer on this one, but still Elevate gets the job done as they will move on to play in that lower bracket final against Nihilum tomorrow. Of course, CLG waiting in the grand finals to see who their opponent will be, but yeah, what a series there. I mean, definitely one of the more one-sided series as we've seen, with the exception of maybe Luminosity's losses yesterday than Nihilum.
Yeah, I mean, really good job there by Luminosity to bring that back and keep that close. I mean, at one point, they had the lead on that map number 2. They were looking really good, like they were going to be able to try and pull that out and force that map number 3, which definitely would have been in their favor. But man, Elevate, the strength coming there, and I mean the huge, huge, huge step up by Skadoodle with the op in his hands. He was playing absolutely lights out. It was insane how good he was playing. But again, my hat is off to the Luminosity guys, playing very well. And I mean, like you said, they took that risk. They brought Ari in. They tried to make something happen. And as you can see right there, Skadoodle with 33. And I mean, first map, Lex stepped up, had that ace, had that 4K, got them the 2 rounds that they got, and then we needed somebody else to step up with him, and that was Anger this time. Lex gets 22 frags, Anger gets 20, but the rest of the team just really couldn't keep pace. I mean, Flom was there with 18. I mean, it was close, but I would have really loved to see that map number 3 come out there.
I mean, I feel like Skadoodle just put on a clinic that map.
Yeah.
I mean, he was really good, obviously, on the first map on Inferno as well, especially on CT side, being able to get so many picks at mid and car and just really shut down any type of execution that, you know, Luminosity could look for. And on that map, especially on CT side, like I said, just put on a clinic. It seems like every round we fought him on CT side, he was getting at least 2 or 3 kills. No one could trade that guy. He was so good at getting his kill, getting away, coming back for a repeat and getting a second or third. And you can't allow that to happen. You can't allow one player to shut down everything you're trying to do. But we don't want to, you know, pick too much into it. We're actually going to pass it back down to Launders and Helium as they will try to analyze that best of 3 we just saw.
All right, thanks, guys. All right, so Dust, you mentioned right after the game, you said it was some of the shorter series we had, and it's correct. It was the shortest. The other one being Nihilum versus Luminosity, where Luminosity was able to get 16 rounds, but Luminosity going up against Elevate were only able to get 13.
Yeah.
And things started off rough with that first map, Inferno. It was their pick. We knew Hiko, you know, he kind of wanted to play it anyways, so it could have been theirs, and they got shut down 16-2.
Yeah.
By far the shortest match we had at all, but this one, it was an exciting first half. Both teams playing really good executes by Elevate,
Our
and
first
some really
8-7
good
of
holds.
our first 8-7 of the event. Luminosity unfortunately couldn't win a half the entire event. That was the closest they came. And yeah, even though they had lost too many rounds, I think, to the T side, I felt like just because of the nature of the LAN, it felt like T side was just not that difficult for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
And they were still really in this. I actually expected a map 3 once the first half was over.
When it was 10-10.
Yeah, and then what happened on the pistol? A 2v5 from Skadoodle and Hiko.
Yeah, that was insane. Skadoodle and Hiko were actually carrying them for a little bit there until it evened out a little later on. And then talking about carry, like someone's got to give Skadoodle a massage later.
Yeah, like, a medal. I mean, I'll do it.
There you go. Yeah,
you
Skadoodle.
take the feet, I'll take the back.
All right, nice. 33 kills there for Skadoodle on that map, and to break it down more specific, the op. We saw him at Sandbags just absolutely dominating the 4K one round, not letting anyone over the boost, and then right there, that was to get round 15.
Yeah.
I think it was on the board where he had another 3, so 20 op kills, 127 ADR.
Just disgusting the entire time. And this was the same deal on Inferno, except there were less rounds for him to kill people.
Yeah.
We saw him get 3 kills a round, and that's just the steadiness that he has. You know, the concentration, the level of concentration there is we've seen so many times. An op has, you know, gets 2 frags and has the opportunity for the 3rd and then blows it. Skadoodle has his concentration and he knows where to aim. The first shot is like the 3rd shot, but for some reason many oppers can't do it, and he can almost always do it. His hit rate was through the roof.
And we actually saw that exact situation you described there. Frost, when he was trying to hold the A site at quad, like sometimes he'd miss the first 2 and then actually get the 2.
Yeah.
And then others he would just, you know,
on that round,
get the 2 and then couldn't complete some other easier shots.
On that round specifically, it was an eco loss because he actually got 2 really nice frags in the site after missing a couple shots. And then all of a sudden he re-peaked because he thought that the round was won basically. And him and his teammate in the site both got P250'd instantly. And all of a sudden the retake was lost because of some really good pistol shooting. So yeah, just a lot of upsets within that map. And I think you know, it could have been won by them, but well played by Skadoodle, and there was also a lot of teamwork, I have to say. It can't just be Skadoodle.
They looked really good. There was also some great 1 digs. We saw a lot of dig usage this LAN, but not so many 1 clicks. In the first day, we got a little bit here. It was nice. And actually, who was doing that? Desi. Oh, no, it was just that 1 round, actually, where Desi had 2 and almost had a 3rd.
Those were huge, though.
Yeah, those were insane.
Anger got left in a 1v1 multiple times in that match and actually played them out pretty well, I think. He ended up losing 2 of them, but came really close and had the right read of working around that A-site box. And I think 1 round, Hiko almost clutched with like 2 HP, and Anger shut him down, so that was really good.
All right, guys. Well, for everyone that tuned in, if you tuned in throughout the whole day, big shout out to you guys. But we're done here wrapping up day 2 at the CEVO Season 6. But actually, before we go, let's check out the bracket to see how we did get here on day 2. So first of all, we had the 2-0 that did take a while, the 42 rounds on Dust 2. That was CLG versus Team Elevate. Then we actually saw Nihilum make fairly quick work of Luminosity. Like we said, Luminosity was only able to put up 16 round total in the 2 maps. And then the winners final, where Nihilum, I think, really proved themselves against CLG. Even losing 2-0, I think they really proved themselves.
I think at this point we kind of see them as a threat for not just CLG but also Elevate. And the other thing though is that I think Elevate are also improving as the LAN goes on. We saw some really decent executions from them, and I expect to see a lot more and of improvements. Just I think the chemistry is building over the series of maps.
Yeah, definitely. And also Hiko got his mouse.
Hiko got his mouse.
His very specific mouse.
Very crucial there.
Looked a little shaky on day one. Today he showed up like him and Skadoodle on the first T site here on Cash.
Can't ignore that fact.
Was not. So they have the 2-0 against Luminosity. So tomorrow, guys, let's take a look at the schedule for that. We're going to have, again, kicking it off with the Season 7 Pro placements in Europe. It will be the lower bracket there. Winner of the best of 3 goes on and qualifies to the European CEVO Pro League Season 7. Lots of words there. Big title. But that's Public Lure versus Penta Esports. And then right after that, we'll probably get the pregame rolling around 5 p.m. Eastern and kick it off into the first best of 3, the loser finals. Team Elevate versus Nihilum. And then, you know, they're at the movies right now. CLG's hanging out, watching Vin Diesel.
Building team chemistry.
Do some things. Yeah, eating popcorn over there in the movies, watching Fast and the Furious
Talking
7.
stats, I'm sure.
Yeah, talking strats in the movie. Guys, can you shut up, please? We're trying to watch Fast 7. They're like, but we have to win money tomorrow, first place. Yeah, but that's, we'll see who can get there. Honestly, I will not be surprised if it's Elevate or Nihilum that go up, but I would be surprised if CLG is going to lose 2 best of 3s to either of those teams.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, if other teams are getting better as the LAN progresses, I wouldn't put it past CLG to experience the same growth. So yeah, that being said, we view CLG as a favorite, Elevate as a potential upset, and Nihilum is a sleeper pick underdog for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, so once more, for everyone that watched, if you tuned in the whole day, big shout outs to you.